and Sultan His Eminence Saad Abubakar has declared tomorrow, Wednesday, April 10, 2024, as the Eid al-Fitr Day. He said the decision followed the report of national moon sighting communities across the country confirming no sighting of the new moon. A statement by the Chairman Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs to the Sultanate Council, Professor Sambu Junaidu, yesterday evening, said the council accepted the report and accordingly declared Wednesday, April 10, 2024 as the first day of Shawwal 1445 AH. Sultan has declared tomorrow Eid al-Fitr, so anybody that is believing today is Eid al-Fitr should just put it out of his or her mind. Tomorrow is Eid al-Fitr. Let me go on to other headlines. CBN crashes Naira-dollar rate, sells at 1,101 Naira to $1 to bureau the change. And the CBN also stopped foreign currency denominated collaterals for Naira loans. Also, African economies to grow by 3.4% in 2024. That is according to the World Bank. Again, this one says 60 PDP reps threaten to quit PDP once Demagon out over alleged doctoring of Rivers. 10 other states caretaker committees members list. The PDP says it will study the allegations. Well, that has been the activity in the party for some time now, and let's just wait and see. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, Atiku makes top facts, says presidency. And also 16 die of Lassa fever in Benue. 300 level student dies in Kogi. Lagos court orders remand of Emefiele in EFCC custody as trial begins April 11. Well, people will just remember the travails that we faced during the period Godwin Emefiele was CBN governor. That was during the Naira reprint and the Naira scarcity. Let me put it that way. Edo Assembly impeaches Shaibu. Omobayo Godwin sworn in as new deputy governor. My removal threat to democracy, says Shaibu. And Ondo 2024. Again, Aidatiwa Akintelniwa campaigners bicker over billboards destruction. That is talking about some politics there. And now, alleviate pains of Nigerians, Akefenwa tells FG. Wike shuts down ICC for 8 months over poor maintenance. That is the International Conference Center in Abuja. Well, I told you my colleague Sean will be here soon. He was compiling more stories and he is here with me right now. And well, I don't know what kind of stories that he has compiled because he's really sweating right here.
As the rigor required or the stress, when you have some stories or headlines that you have to compile, you look at the gravity or what those stories could trigger in people. So it requires some extra effort to do that. Yes, I am here. Shoyilowo is my name. It's always a pleasure for me to be on this platform. Good morning to you, Bimbo Akobi, and a very good morning to our esteemed listener out there. We really appreciate you from wherever you are listening to our to us across the globe this wonderful day. It's a public holiday in Nigeria, the 9th day in the month of April, year 2024. It was declared a public holiday in anticipation of the sighting of the moon, the new moon, to end the month of Ramadan and the fasting that we've been observing. This is the 30th day now, and it's been confirmed from Saudi Arabia to Nigeria that tomorrow will be the day of celebration. That's the Eid al-Fitr day. So fast continues today.
Yes, I already told people that they should not believe that fasting has ended today. It will end tomorrow.
So
And some people are even insisting that they will end their own today as well. That is out of their own volition.
yes. So we pray that God grants us the benefits of all our ibadah, all our sacrifices and prayers, supplications to Allah. Having said that, interesting headlines. You've mentioned some,
Yes.
and I have equally compiled some, and all for you, precisely for you. You made mention of the headlines that are government or politics inclined.
Government politics talked about 60 PDP reps threatening to quit PDP. They want Damagon out over doctoring. Then I told the people about Undu 2024. Again, Ayedatiwa Akintelniwa campaigners speak over billboards destruction. Edo Assembly talking about the impeachment saga and the immediate swearing in of a new
Immediate
deputy governor.
replacement.
Well,
Still Kwerara.
long, but
One that shall never cease. Waiting man no go see. In the Nigerian politics. Wow. Interesting, ridiculous, and at the same time embarrassing. Although to the players, it's still part of the game, the intrigues involved in the game of politics. But it's very, very, very disturbing to the political pundits and ordinary Nigerians observing the trend of things. Anyway, we shall comment on some of these headlines pretty much later. But I have other headlines here. Nigeria's inflation rate to remain high in 2024. That's coming from the World Bank. Look at them with their doomsday projection. Again. Okay. Thank you. We shall look inwards and address this threatening reality as indicated or hinted by the World Bank. We shall look inwards as a country to address the inflation rate, the high inflation rate. Sultan declares tomorrow, Wednesday, as Eid al-Fitr Day. 2 killed as men in military uniform pigs Jack Rich Igberi Papa. He was arrested by other security agencies, says the police. 2 killed as men in military uniform pick Jackson Igberi Papa. Woes for forex dealers. Indeed, a terrible time for them. Woes for forex dealers as CBN cuts BDC rate to 1,117 naira to a US dollar, bans foreign denominated collateral for naira loans. You see, you get loans in naira, collateral in foreign currency. Now, analyst attributes naira appreciation to CBN policies. Incentive for forex malpractice eliminated. That's coming from APCON. And undoubtedly, the naira has been appreciating, steady appreciation of the naira.
and it will continue to appreciate.
Amen. I say a big amen to that. Yes, in the interest of the nation, we say a big amen to that. But we want to see the appreciation in reality when it comes to economic growth. We want it to reflect on our economy and our daily lives. Yes, we want the prices of goods and services to come down drastically, to reflect that appreciation of the naira. That's very important. But kudos to the government for the efforts they've put in place to ensure that the naira appreciates to this level. From 1,900 to $1, now 1,100 naira. Oh, that's a significant appreciation. A steady one, we hope.
Can you imagine a woman for that matter, driving from the UK to Nigeria? Pelumi Nubi.
Yeah.
From the UK to Nigeria. She was received yesterday by Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State. We'll be back with that details later after this timeout.
Hello, property owners in Oyo State. Have you heard about OYPRS app? You need it. Download OYPRS app right away. It simply means Oyo State Property Reference System. OYPRS app helps you to retrieve your property identification number on the go. This means you will be able to pay your land use charges and other property related bills seamlessly. Go to Play Store or Apple Store on your mobile device. Download and install OYPRS app. Sign up with your preferred email, phone number and password. Please turn on your location for easy access. After that, log in with your email and password and follow the easy process. With this, you will be able to get your property details without any difficulty. It's a smart property identification service brought to you by Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Oyo State. For more information, log on to www.oyprs.ng or call 0700 696 52637.
All right, we are back and it's still conversation. Let's give you more headlines and analysis. All right, you made mention of the adventurous Nigerian who traveled through a long distance by road, Pelumi Nubi, from London to Lagos. She drove from London to Lagos, traversing 17 countries for over 68 days before reaching our final destination, which is Nigeria, and now received by the Lagos State Governor, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
And what amuses me most is that she traveled on a solo level, on her own. I really commend the spirit and the courage. Meanwhile, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu officially received Pelumi Nubi, the sole driver who embarked on a 68-day journey from London to Lagos, Nigeria. She is 28 years old, and Pelumi started the journey on January 31 and arrived in Nigeria on Sunday, April 7 through the Seme border. Sanwo-Olu hosted her at Lagos House Marina and named her tourism ambassador to show appreciation to her for showcasing her talent and putting Lagos and Nigeria on positive pedestal, describing her feat as a true African spirit and Nigerian capability. She reacted. She said, travel and lifestyle content creator Pelumi said her desire to explore the African continent, which is also a place of birth, inspired her to embark on this solo trip. She said she had been a traveler to so many countries and that she had not been to Africa a route. That was why she embarked on this journey.
Well, a brilliant move. We congratulate her. It was a successful journey. It could have come with some hazards or risk, but God saw her through. And a determined Nigerian, that's a Nigerian spirit. She was determined, and she has achieved. All our dreams have come to reality, which is quite commendable. Well, she's been eulogized by the Lagos State government and also named an ambassador, which is equally commendable. Well, I think that is the kind of attitude that we should imbibe as Nigerians and for those of us in Nigeria. when we are so positive about a thing, a good cause, we should be dogged enough to actualize our dreams. Yes. So there could be challenges, there could be threats on the way. We must stay focused. And same thing is applicable to those who are governing us. Leave the side attraction and side talk and the enticement and the tendencies of getting corrupt or being initiated into that stinky, muddy water, dirty one, of corruption that has heavily looped government and governance. Be different. Your mandate with the people is to give them dividend of democracy, and you swore to the oath allegiance to the nation and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So you must walk your talk. You must ensure that nothing derails you from that covenant and commitment or oath that you've taken. Nothing in good conscience must derail you. Pelumi Nubi is not the only Nigerian that has embarked on such adventure and landed successfully.
Of course.
The likes of Akpevwe Ogboru, an officer of Nigerian Customs Service, made history in 2023 when she embarked on a journey on motorcycle to several African countries. That's one. Babatunde Tomori, yes, I think Babatunde Tomori came to the BCOS, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the year 2022.
2022.
Yes.
That was 2022.
Yes. Tomori drove his Volkswagen passenger bus, a branded one, just like a Dramfo bus. Different compartments, you have the kitchen, you have everything in there. He brought it to our premises here in BCOS. Yes, I recall. And we had interaction with him. So Babatunde Tomori also, a similar feat. He drove from London to Lagos as well and to Ibadan. So, and Abubakar, Duduwale, so many others, Akinro, Doye, Dare, and other Nigerians. At least about 8 or 9 that we may not be able to mention all. Some drove a motorcycle, some used a tricycle, so many things. But traveling is part of learning. You broaden your horizon. You see the world like eyewitness report, and you could tell the story better than the fiction and make believe. And what people just project, but you have that live view of these countries and the beauty of the world, the beauty of the globe. And you see the beauty of Africa is also on display now. We commend them. Adventure is good, but for the good reasons. Yes. Some are adventurous for the bad reasons. For the good ones, it's commendable.
We congratulate Nubi for this feat.
Nigerians are very adventurous people.
And
they love breaking records.
I know ladies now will be saying, yes, what a man can do, a woman can do better. They don't know that it is a man that taught them a bit.
Let's go to another story. What a taggy, a chauvinist.
Alleviate pains of Nigerians, Akinfenwa tells FG. And Wike shuts down International Conference Center for 8 months over poor maintenance. And also NNPCL allegedly faces $3 billion backlog on petrol payments. Well, that is what NNPCL is facing right now, and I don't know, maybe that is what is affecting in a way or two.
All right, on Okwama killings, March 14 killers war military fatigue, says eyewitnesses. Oh, that seems very disturbing. Bandits kill 30 vigilantes in Niger as residents flee affected communities. Oil for cash loan. Oil for cash When we get the loan, we get the cash, we give them crude in exchange. Is that trade by barter? I hope there is a balance of trade, and what is being offered is commensurate with what we get. Okay. Oil for cash loan. Nigeria to get $1 billion from Afrexim Bank. Okay. Borrowing, unabating borrowing. The proclivity is so high, despite the challenges and the fact that some suspect we are reaching that threshold that we shouldn't have reached, or we are nearing the threshold where our debt profile could be a terrible burden to us. But the proclivity for borrowing, or the penchant for it, continues. And now we want to give them our crude oil in exchange for cash. If it's okay by you. Ọ̀run Ìyábọ̀ ni kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ ẹnìkan.
Kò sí nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ lókè tílẹ̀ ò gbà.
Ilẹ̀ ti ń gba gbogbo ẹ̀ náà tẹ́lẹ̀. We be borrowing and the heaven has not fallen. Okay, no wahala. Continue. Okay. We shall all face the consequences.
Pengasan is now even
of
saying
it
something.
Together.
Pengasan is saying something. It has knocked the FG over Nigeria's debt spike. Pengasan, that is the Petroleum and Natural Gas Association of Nigeria.
We keep knocking them, lambasting them, but it appears that when the appeal or the criticism pass through their left ear, it goes out through the right ear. So, it's of no effect to them. They are not bothered. No wala.
Kama wòran by
Posterity will judge. Let's give you more headlines. On Eid al-Fitr, Akpabio, governors, others congratulate Muslims, preach peace and love. Thank you, Sas. Amas. As usual rhetoric. Okay. How Shuaibu's quest to stop impeachment led to his ouster. Omobayo, 38-year-old, sworn in as new deputy governor, promises to help Obaseki finish strong. Mixed reactions as Shuaibu vows to fight removal. Why we chose Omobayo as my deputy, that is coming from Godwin Obaseki. Well, it's Godwin and Godwin. Godwin Obaseki as the governor and Godwin Omobayo as the deputy governor. Government of the Godwins. Godwin. Hey, well, we shall come back to talk a bit on that. Court remands embattled Emefiele in EFCC custody. Justice Rahman Oshodi of an Ikeja Special Offences Court, Lagos, yesterday remanded former Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, following his arraignment for alleged abuse of office. Justice Oshodi remanded Emefiele after he pleaded not guilty to 23-count charge of abuse of office, accepting gratification, accepting gifts through agents, corruption, and fraudulent property receipt to the tune of $4.8 billion and 2.8 billion naira. See money. Still within the realms of allegation until proven guilty. He stands a suspect and is facing the prosecution. We have a quick commercial break. We shall be back to analyze more. Please stay tuned.
The Oyo State government wishes to inform the general public, especially the owner of the properties affected in the course of the construction of Akwewufele Junction, Ogbomoso Road, that the government is ready to conduct the verification of all claimants that have been listed for the payment of compensation on the road project. All affected property owners should therefore come with approved building plan, record copies of a CFO, and land agreement. The document are to be accompanied with the 2 passport photographs and picture of properties with the owner standing in front of the property. Those who wish to attend by proxy are to give letter of power of attorney to their representatives, while the representatives are also expected to come with 4 passport photographs of themselves and 2 passport photographs of the claimant being represented. All the documents are to be submitted with a sworn affidavit from Ministry of Justice or an High Court guaranteeing the authenticity of the document. The verification exercise will hold at Adeniro Memorial Grammar School, Ogbomoso, from 18th Thursday to Friday, 19th April 2024. Time is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Claimants should place notes that coming with proper means of identification. It's very important. Announcer Professor Dawood Kende Shogudoyi, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Public Works and Transport.
Conversation.
You're welcome back. It's still conversation. On Labour Party crisis, stakeholders to name transition committee on Thursday. Committee to set up asset recovery team, conduct new national convention, declare Abure's convention illegal, pro-Abure protesters storm venue of meeting. Violence, rough fight, crisis in Labour Party. It's unfortunate.
Well, I have something. This is from the housing sector now. An expert has, let me say, just advised how the federal government can achieve 50,000 new houses per year. Well, if it gives them the report or the Sakamaje, I don't know whether the federal government will listen to him or not, because it has happened for so many years that some people, maybe research institutes, even non-government organizations, will have reports of how some things might be done and might come out good for the country, but and present to the government, but government will not, they just put it by the side. And again, HDAN urges stakeholders to support amendments of FHA Act, that is talking about the Housing Development Advocacy Network. Also, EFCC and IQS pledge collaboration on fight against corruption and quackery. And there's this one here. ECS, payment of claims compensation, not only measures of success. That is according to the NSITF. And again, expert calls on FG to harness potential in mining sector to combat poverty and insecurity. And I have this also. Oyo Ruwasa organizes workshop in Ibarakwa East on open defecation, and this is about community news anyway. From Ondo State this time, Ayedatiwa gives lawyer 7-day ultimatum to retract certificate forgery allegations. Governor Akinterinwa campaigners bicker over billboards destruction. Well, that is the way some unscrupulous politicians do. I don't know why they destroy billboards. You do your own, I do my own. On your own. So why destroy other people's way of making people come to them? It is unscrupulous and it is preposterous. U.S. authorities issue state of emergency as solar eclipse occurs, and FG begins distribution of 42,000 metric tons of grains to members of the public. Well, I believe it will get to those that it should get to.
It is well. It is well. Okay, you have more headlines?
Let me just go through. Yes, Makinde condemns assault on Oitma officials by immigration personnel. Oyo State Governor Mr. Seyi Makinde has condemned Engineer Seyi Makinde has condemned the brutalization of 2 officials of the Oyo State Road Transport Management Agency Oitma by Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) personnel in Ibadan. The governor decried the inhumane treatment meted out to the Oitma officials for apprehending an officer of the NIS for violation of traffic rules. Governor Makinde stated this on Monday when he paid visits to the 2 assaulted officials, Mr. Nuruddin Abiola, resident at Binukonu Olunloyo area, and Mr. Taiwo Adeagbo, resident at Okebadan area, as well as the Nigeria Immigration Service Oyo State Command. He described the incident as an unfortunate one that should never have happened, noting that Oyo State wants to be known for upholding the rule of law and that everyone must obey traffic rules irrespective of their status, and that is correct, that is true. Like Sheon used to say, always obey the rule of law. It happened in Lagos State before when Governor Fashola, yes, arrested a military officer for driving along the BRT lane, and he also said the same thing then. He said nobody is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
And that is what is being preached right now. I don't know how some people are on their duty doing their job, and some other people also on duty assaulting those on duty too. Uniformed people, uniformed personnel assaulting each other. It is bad, very bad. FCT police nab suspected armed robbery kingpin. 4 others recover exhibit. 6 dead in Ogun Road accidents. And police raid black spots in Lagos, arrest 303 suspects. Goods worth millions of naira destroyed as fire guts Balogun market. Well, rather unfortunate. And Festus Keyamo, you remember him? He is the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, and he has given reasons while Nigerian airlines find it tough to compete with foreign carriers. Well, it has been on for a long time, so I don't really know which reasons he wants to give now. Lassa fever claims 17 in Benue, Kogi. Benue ranked highest in tuberculosis in North Central. And also, federal government inaugurates palliative distribution in Sokoto with 26,404 bags of grains. Again, group expresses concern over banditry and kidnapping in Zamfara. FG flags off aerial spray of koala birds in Bauchi. Well, I'm curious about this koala birds thing. Let me just quickly go through the first or second paragraph. The federal government of agriculture and food security has assured farmers in the northeast zone of adequate supply of pesticides in order to protect their produce from crops pests, especially koala birds. The assurance was given by the minister in charge of the ministry, Senator Abubakar Kiyali, while flagging off aerial spray of koala birds in Bauchi on Monday at Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa International Airport, Sadbia. Well, never heard of that species of bird before, and I don't know, maybe they flew in from one of these neighboring countries, maybe Niger or Burkina Faso also.
All right, I go to more headlines from my end. Okay, Federal government flags off distribution of 42,000 metric tons of grains, urges states to activate 10% buffer stock. This much talked about distribution of grains by the federal government to states. I don't know. Is it the transportation and logistics that is delaying it? Or it's being distributed in secrecy? How many states have distributed the grains received from the federal government?
Have they even received, or have all these states received the grains?
We're asking questions. Please, do the needful. Angry FCT minister orders closure of ICC for rehabilitation. Emirates to resume flight to Nigeria before June. Okay, 60 reps demand resignation of PDP chairman Damagun. Let's talk a bit on the internal wranglings within the People's Democratic Party. The NEC meeting that they did, well, the outcome of it, and it appears that you have more dissenting voices within the party. This appears not to have aligned their position, and they are not united as formidable opposition to deal or confront the current administration or ruling party. Okay. It's better they put their house in order now. And same for the Labour Party as well. Criticize me when necessary for better development of rivers. Fubara tax IPAC. Wike is still committed to development of rivers, says Nwochi. Federal government will hand over Ogwashoko Dam to Delta government next month. That's coming from Ned Nwoko. Okay, let's see. One or two more headlines. Kidnappers kill catechist, abduct 2 in Enugu. 3 killed in fresh Anambra rival court clash. Very disturbing. On Japa, Abia government said to clear doctors' salary arrears. Before all of them, Japa finish. Certificate forgery controversy. Aspirant drags Ondo governor before APC National Working Committee. Ayedatiwa threatens lawyer over allegations. Complain on your certificate. Group tells governor. Detractors are crying wolf, says the campaign organization of the governor. I'm ready to ascend the stool of Olubadan. Olubadan designate is speaking this morning. Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin. Following the peace meeting brokered by prominent Ibadan indigenes to resolve the crisis within the Olubadan Council over the nomination of a new Olubadan, both parties yesterday reportedly agreed to sheath their swords. This came just as the Olubadan designate Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin indicated his interest to be the 43rd Olubadan of Ibadan land. The peace meeting was held at the Agodi residence of an industrialist, Chief Bodiamo. Though the reconciliation meeting was held behind closed doors, a source told reporters that there was a mutual agreement that the Otun Olubadan of Ibadan land, High Chief Rashidi Ladoda, should withdraw his case against elevation of High Chiefs to kingship status. The agreement, according to the source, elicited a round of applause from those that attended the meeting. The bearded crown kings were reported to be opposed to any reconciliation that would threaten their crowns, as it happened in the past. Crisis hopefully resolved amicably. The good news that very soon we shall have a new Olubadan of Ibadan land. Now, let's quickly go to the drama that ensued in Edo State. It's no longer news. We said it. Going for Shuaibu, Philip Shuaibu, and finally he's gone. Gone, he's been removed
And
as the deputy governor of Edo State.
and it's been replaced immediately.
Immediate replacement. Godwin Omobayo is the new deputy governor of Edo State. You see, well, is that part of democracy? Perhaps yes. Is that the way politics should be played?
Ara jale yin wa.
Is that the way politics is being played in Senate crimes? Well, interesting one, at the same time very, very disturbing. To me, personally, you talk of how it all started. The same Philip Shuaibu that you were elected, it was your running mate. Godwin Obaseki. Philip Shuaibu was your running mate. You traversed the nooks and crannies of Edo State campaigning, making promises, and you said so many good things about him then. But change, they say, is inevitable. Humans can change in their attitude, behavior, and utterances. And when you have frosty relationship or relations among people, things could go, they could go their different ways, and they could have irreconcilable differences. But what was the offense, or still the offense of Philip Shuaibu? He only indicated his interest in becoming the governor of the state, in succeeding his boss, or now former boss, Godwin Obaseki. And you know, the expectation is that if he was so good to have been chosen as your running mate, if you picked him as your deputy, and you see, if you are qualified to be the deputy governor of a state, you are automatically qualified to be the governor of that state. It's a joint ticket, almost the same qualification for both. When you are aspiring to become the governor or the deputy, almost, I don't think there is any difference in terms of constitutional requirement. So it's within his constitutional rights, powers, to aspire to be the governor of that state. There and then, problems started. So before you can aspire or fulfill your political aspiration, admiration, or dreams, you must consult your boss. And if he says no, does that mean that's the end? He fought tooth and nail to become the nominee of his political party, the People's Democratic Party. He failed. At that point, it will sound cold sometimes, and a bit warm, sometimes lukewarm, and very hot sometimes. It was not consistent. I mean the deputy governor. He would drag the governor and later on go to beg. The same governor. But they were just looking at him and waiting for the right time to strike. The time was not ripe then for his detractors and those in the opposition, or the governor per se, to strike. So they waited for the right time. And when they were sure that he had been unable to secure the party's nomination, they said this is the right time to strike. Again, look at the role of the judiciary, look at the role of the legislature in this impeachment. In line with the provisions of the law, of the Constitution, Section 188, subsection, the entire Section 188 stipulates how a governor or a deputy can be impeached from office. Even Section 189. Well, the section or the provision of the section has been adhered to. A panel instituted by the chief judge of the state. You give certain days for defense, this, that, you bring charges, and all that has been fulfilled. But look at the charges, and that's the area of concern for me.
Well, let me just say this. It is still part of politics.
That's a bitter politics.
No, I don't believe.
It's very bitter one.
Well, let me say he gave his intention of wanting to contest for the post of governorship. That was what embittered the Edo State Governor Obaseki. They waited for the right time to strike, like you said, and they did. This is part of politics. In fact, I like the way the impeachment went. At least it went through the normal process, the normal legislators.
And can you say
and you know
that the process is devoid of malice?
Well, that might be.
Can you say
that might be
that
on
was
their own
done
part.
in good faith and in clear conscience?
Okay, let me now tell you. Let me tell you. Can you remember, right here in Oyo State, one time at the period when a governor was impeached?
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly impeached by some people who are not legislators.
Who invaded
Who
the yellow chamber?
somebody was
who
there
usurped the duties of the legislature.
and impeached the governor.
Hey.
So what will you say about that?
Wonder shall never end. And when tested under law, it was declared a nullity. Yes, but you know, they have succeeded in impeaching or depriving the executive governor then
Yes,
of exercising his powers.
And immediately the deputy governor then was, sworn in as governor of Oyo State.
But that didn't stand the test of time. It was reversed by the court of competent jurisdiction. And again, that's the disturbing aspect that we are talking about. You look at the grip, the excessive powers of the chief executive, the governors in the states. They are the ones, as alleged and as observed now. If we form extrapolation, we are not biased, or you can't criticize us. It's based on the antecedents and the activities that makes people to have such extrapolation, such belief that the governors have excessive powers. They control the legislative arm, they control partly the executive arm, they control completely the executive arm, they control also the judicial arm. And when you have trumped up charges against anybody that they don't like, that person is a gunner.
Yes.
Nothing can change that. So the impeachment could have been premeditated, and that's why you have the immediate replacement.
Replacement, that is it.
Peace, tranquility, justice must prevail. If you are not just act because you want to rob the ego of someone, or because you want to make somebody happy, even if it's not constitutional, if it's not in clear conscience, if it's going to be detrimental to the peace or against democratic tenets, it's uncalled for. We should be guided. And I think as for the lawmakers, should know their onions and respect the constitutional provision of separation of powers. You are not an appendage
but let me
or tool in the hands of others.
But let me just remind you.
Or the chief executive.
Let me remind you, some rules are meant to be bent. That is it.
Okay. We open the phone line 0825 500 9850. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Do Michael calling from OLUYOLEFM. God bless you.
God bless you.
Yes, let me just pick it up from the impeachment of Deputy Governor of Edo State. The office of Deputy Governor in Nigeria, I think that it's not all that important. It seems that they are just like a spare tire. So, to me, maybe our constitution will be reviewed to abolish the office of Deputy Governor. Now, on the distribution of 42,000 metric tons of grains, I don't know whether when you are reacting. Even you, it's as if you see my mind. I don't know whether this is true or whether it's not true. But government should please tell Nigeria the truth. It's not good to be deceiving us. Let call a spade a spade. God bless you. Have a nice day at work.
Thank you very much.
You too. Thank you.
0805 500 9850. 0805 500 9850. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. 50, that's the number to call to be part of conversation this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yes, I'm John Emmanuel from Gumosho.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to pick the issue of that Edo issue, sir. Matter. you know that in Nigeria, I don't know, so this constitution is not even more observed by all these constituted authorities. Look at what happened for Oshibajo and the Buhari. Just that Buhari is not in support of Oshibajo. We know. But this guy was not impeached. I don't know. Maybe something can just be done. I pray the Lord will just revive Nigeria. As I used to tell people, yes, God will bless Nigeria, but God will bless me in Nigeria. That's just it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate 0805 500 9850. Let's have your views on what we've read to you so far. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
My name is Kele Balabi from Malaka Segoro. I just want to comment on the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu. His impeachment is an attack on democracy, attack on democracy, and attack on democracy. Because this man doesn't commit any offense. He just shows his intention. He made one statement. He said, those who connive to ensure he's being impeached, the issue will never forgive them. I want the Shaibu supporter and his fans to assess patience and seek redress in court of law. Because if you are not in the good book of your principal, they will just prove one allegation against you and edge you out. Their constitution to be threatening. The action is condemnable. Secondly, I want to commend the state governor for finding time to visit the brutalized Osloma. Because these are uniform men, they think the moment they are uniform, they can do and undo. Those you find culpable with this matter, it should be fished out and dealt with. Hence, the thing will be continued. Have a nice working day.
Thank you. God bless you. 0805 500 9850. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you, sir.
I am Adepo Dulanko speaking from Shaki Ogworoki. I want to talk about the impeachment saga in Edo. I would rather suggest, like somebody else has suggested the other time, that they should face out the office of deputy governor, and they should replace that then with the speaker of a legislature. If that is in place, it will curtail the excessive power of the governor. There is no point of appointing a deputy governor that doesn't have any function. So there is just a mere wastage of government money. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. 0805 500 9850. 0805 500 9850. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
About the position of the World Bank, I can categorically say they should keep short on Nigerian economy. They will never speak of the positive things that are happening here. Thank God for the president that we have now. About 2-3 weeks ago, the president said in a conference that the rivalries of this Nigerian state will never want Nigeria to be good. They will never want Nigerian economy to be stabilized. He said, we will not, and we cannot invite them. He said, we have to fix it by ourselves, and we will fix it. So the president is in charge, fully. He's in charge, and he's doing well concerning our economy. Look at the way the Naira has appreciated. They never refer to that. They are talking that inflation will remain. What's their problem? Let them leave Nigeria alone. This present government will fix everything that is wrong in Nigeria. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Thank you very much.
On Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, you goofed again. Presidency tells Atiku Abubakar. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. Mr. Theo, Mr. Kobi, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Just coming from Ilorin. Now the naira is appreciating against the dollar, but we are not seeing the effect on our various markets on goods. The effect is not showing. Is it that those things that got just suddenly rise were not as a result of the fall of the naira? Because I still start to understand by now. I think we should be having and some goods being a little bit cheaper. But I seem not to understand why it's not coming down. Because when the dollar was rising, even Yaoniru will tell you it is Dana no far, Dana ni. So I wonder what is happening now. On Shaibu, I want to believe Shaibu must have a plan B because he saw the handwriting on the wall for a very long time. And we all have been watching the drama for a very long time. I think he should have plan B. Then, what will be the fate of those who voted for Baseki because of Shaibu? That is why that office, something needs to be done on the deputy governor issue. Because Obaseki was not a politician. He won that election because of Shaibu. Even the second time, where he had problem with the so-called Shobane and Co. It was because of Shaibu. Obaseki won that second time. Because Shaibu was much more a politician. So what now? What is the fate of Shaibu's people who voted for Obaseki because of Shaibu? Well, good morning.
Thank you very much.
Good morning to you. Well, for Philip Shuaibu, that is now a former deputy governor in Edo State, now impeached, his offense when it comes to the probe. He was probed on allegation of perjury and leaking of government secrets, divulging government information. Wonder shall never cease. So, we have to go. We just have to go to be back tomorrow morning. Thanks for always enjoying conversation with us. I remain yours faithfully, Sheil Oyelowo. Enjoy your holiday. See you tomorrow.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi, and I again want to seize this opportunity to congratulate our Muslim brothers and sisters on the successful ending of the Ramadan fast. Good morning.
All right, Spotted Bit is next. Victor Opone. Yeah. Vicky Bobo, the coach. Well, can we say you gave the moral support to the Shooting Stars Sports Club yesterday, far away in Kano? They triumphed over Kano Pillars. I could see your handiwork, the moral support. Wow. And I done in the 3SC jersey this morning.
Oh, well,
I can see the jubilation.
Same as I did yesterday. I had it on yesterday and I have it on again today. I mean, it's quite massive, talking about Shooting Stars Sports Club doing the season double over these guys. And, it's quite something actually for everyone. I was at the stadium yesterday, right there in Adamasingba. And quite a number of people actually were talking about this game, despite us being involved in an athletics meet. And so, a lot of people are talking about, what we have for Shooting Stars right about now and what we will be getting in the coming days. We have a huge clash up next right here at the Lagos Salami Stadium, and it promises to be a sword one against Lobby Stars. They are just in for the title. We're also trying to get in the mix for the top four, and I know a lot of people are actually looking at the boys and saying, come on, you guys can do it too. This time, this one I've showed us this season, you guys can actually do it.
And for the Falcons now, day for them, isn't it? Day for the Falcons. They will be they're already in South Africa for that big clash, make or mark clash.
Well, 16 years, and we want to break the jinx. We have not been at the Olympics for 16 years now. A lot of questions hanging around the Super Falcons, and they have won in the first leg. But then, despite being, huge favorites and, of course, big ones on the continent, a lot of people are still scared because the South Africans know how to bring their piano to us. They are the originators anyways. But then, when they get in, and you see their demeanor after the last game where they played in Abuja, telling us that, okay, let's get to South Africa and we'll show you how football is played. It's something. But hey, I think we need no fear. We actually need to just...
Fair officiating, I think we'll get a point. Either a draw or a 3 point.
It's up to how the guys play, actually. It's up to them to actually, soak in the atmosphere and say they are going to do the job in there. And, it's quite something. They would have... The South Africans will have the fans backing them all through this game. Remember, in Nigeria, we had quite a low turnout because of the location where the game was played, and talking about South Africa now, it's going to be really hard.
Will away goal count?
Score first. That's the thing.
Okay.
Score first.
So we should score.
Yeah, that's the job. Score first. Do not sit out and say you're waiting for a draw. Score first. Put the fear in the hearts of the South Africans. Make them go jittery and start being nervous, trying to look for the goals, and they could get something for the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
All right, Sport Tidbit next with Victor Opone.
Alright, a wonderful morning right here in the studios of OLUYOLEFM 98.5 FM. You already know where we actually get on the wet waves. We give you all the best of the stories and making the rants and ever exciting with the sports. Sport tidbit, a very beautiful GC edition. And I'm sure that a lot of people are excited about what we got across different centers yesterday. Oh, what a day it was. Talking about action right here in the city of Ibadan. And of course, action away from the city that actually sent beautiful waves down straight to Oluyole land. And of course, you talk about your state basking in the euphoria of that one yesterday. Games going down, and of course more games to go down. And of course yesterday I was at the stadium in my 3SC jersey, all blue, all blue. It was a blue Monday and I was actually watching as athletes from different parts of the world are coming down. And of course some of them are born and bred in Ibadan, many of them also been very young. We also have so many who actually showed the stuff they have been made of. You talk about the athletics meet right there at the Lagos Salami Stadium, athletes born in the tracks, and it was quite beautiful watching each and every one of them go. But of course it was hot, it was blazing hot. But hey, when the weather came cooling, the athletes said, nah, we're not gonna take this. We are going to keep it burning right here. And of course it was quite beautiful watching the Continental 100 meters. The heat was on, and of course we had boys and girls firing on all cylinders right there, burning the tracks. I'll say again, burning the tracks, and it was very beautiful. Actually getting the bites, and of course the lovely atmosphere, soaking everything in. It was quite euphoric for me. Well, of course it is very beautiful, and here I am painting pictures for you, letting you know it was beautiful. So wherever you are, I'll let you know something. If you see someone who is very good, who is very talented at something athletic, at something sporty, please encourage them. Of course, if you have any good and positive criticism for them, let them know. Ensure that you keep on pushing them. Because, I mean, looking at the gala that we were served at the stadium yesterday, it was very beautiful. And it was the beauty of the process of the making of of future champions. And of course, we are building the future of Nigerian sports so that you would know that you have contributed something to someone who is going to be the representative of the country anytime soon. And of course, we talk about different levels, cadet level, the age grade, we talk about the senior, and of course, you see, it is very beautiful to actually have some of those guys gunning, firing on all cylinders, and showing us that yes, they have garnered the experience, they have been energized by the push and the support over the years, and they know their onions right about now when they get on the track. So it was beautiful watching the likes of Enoch Adegoke and so many others are getting on the track, getting in the race, showing people that yes, what we have served at the Olympics, at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, at the All African Games in Ghana, you can also enjoy some of it right here in Ibadan. Of course, it was also beautiful watching some youngsters do it, people from different schools. I mean, mention the name of the school. I saw pupils, students from the school, Queen of Apostles, Bishop Phillips, Kibiyi, you know, all the schools right there. And it was very beautiful to watch all of them going out there, strutting their stuff right there at the Adamasingba Stadium, showing that they've got something going. And of course, it's huge kudos to their school teachers, their coaches, who have actually ensured that these boys and girls can actually do something, and they are building something to a remarkable future. I am Victor Opone, serving you right here with OLUYOLEFM 98.5, Okiogun FM 96.3, Agility FM 92.1, and it is a beauty talking about what we caught at the Salami Stadium yesterday. It is the making of future champions for us. Of course, it is a beauty that I witnessed. I'm telling you, I want to see more. So yeah, schools, come on, give it up. Let's see what you can do in the future. Individual athletes, come on. And of course, if you have dreams, do not sleep on it. Walk up to what you can do. And of course, dream big and show that you achieving it gets bigger than what you ever thought it was. Go for a life of purpose. Alright, it's a opener for me this very beautiful morning. But hey, I'm talking about some beautiful things at the Kano Stadium. Talking about Sani Abacha Stadium. Yesterday, shooting stars, they went out there, they shot at the pillars, they shook the foundations right there in Kano. And of course, they were able to actually bring the fans to a rousing ovation right there. Yes, it is quite remarkable, and this goes for each and every one of you who think it's hard to pick away wins. I mean, we have had quite a number of away wins in recent years in the league, in the Nigeria Premier Football League, and yesterday was no different. Shooting Stars got a 6-pointer against Kano Pillars. At home, they defeated Kano Pillars. Away from home, they defeated Kano Pillars. And at the end of the game, the fans of Kano Pillars applauded Shooting Stars fans and the players who were there who played the game. And of course, these same fans actually ensured that they escorted them right there to their team bus, and you could hear the sounds of jubilation from Shooting Stars as they made their way back to their hotels, and they are coming back to the city of Ibadan today.
The Hitmaker.
And of course, it is quite beautiful talking about the lads and what they have done. One man, it might be diminutive on the pitch, you might look at him as one with a small frame, but hey, in training and right here on the pitch when the games go on, he is always standing very tall among several others. His name is Ayobami Jr., who is a senior man. He is called Agba, some call him Baju, and for the third consecutive game, this man has won the Man of the Match award. He has been the fulcrum, the engine room for the Shooting Stars under Benga Ogunbote. And of course, it is a swell time to talk about this man, Ayobami Jr. Abiodun. This guy going out there, rolling his socks up, and of course showing the leadership qualities, telling us that yes, he can do it anyway, anywhere, anytime, anywhere. And of course, Ayobami Jr. getting the job done as Shooting Stars who were out there gunning, of course, firing on all cylinders against Kano Pillars, a side who we know are big, very big when you talk about Nigerian football. And of course, 2 minutes on the clock, it was Rabiu Ali, the Nigerian Pele, who at the age of about 44 was able to again churn out stuff, quality stuff against Shooting Stars. Remember when he came to Ibadan, he almost scored a free kick. He also had a shot that that actually hit the crossbar. And this man, again and again, has shown us who was Tae Muritala, one who has an eye for goal. We got in for the second 45 minutes, and something that Shooting Stars have suffered from quite a while. I'm talking about late goals. Yes, they scored it right there away from home, and that was 90 plus 4 minutes. We actually had a goal from one man who was scored on the Sunday and knows how to score on the Monday, and now he scored again on the Monday. I was talking about Christian Piagbara. Christian Piagbara actually has increased his goal tally, getting a fine goal for himself right there. And you talk about the combination play. Well, Adewale Yusuf also ensuring that he actually got something going for himself. He didn't score, but hey, he was right there up front, troubling the Canopy Pillars defense, shaking the pillars. And of course, he was quite something, enjoying every moment of that game. Shooting Stars rallied to a comeback 2-1 victory, and it was beautiful. We take a break right about now. We pay some bills. When we come back, I will tell you more about what happened in Kano.
pẹ̀lú ọpẹ́ sí ọlọ́run fún ìgbésí ayé rere akéde ìpapòdà bàbá wa ẹ̀dà Sunday Alani Ọládẹwà JP adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run fún ìgbésí ayé tó la ipa rere tẹ́ ẹ gbé nígbà ayé yín bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé a ò fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ lọ ṣùgbọ́n a ní ìdánilójú wípé ẹ lọ sinmi láyé olùgbàlà yín ni bí ètò ìsìnkú ṣe lọ nìyí ọjọ́bọ̀ Thursday April 11 ní àìsùn alẹ́ onígbàgbọ́ ní ilé olóògbé tó wà ní nọ́mbà 24 ìrẹ́pọ̀dùn tolúwani street Adégbàyí ní ìlú Ìbàdàn láago 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ Friday April 12 ní ìsìnsìnkú nílé olóògbé yìí kan náà tó wà ní 24 ìrẹ́pọ̀dùn tolúwani street Adégbàyí ní ìlú Ìbàdàn láago 10 òwúrọ̀ bàbá wa ẹ̀dà Sunday Alani Ọládẹwà JP ọkọ Ọlánìkẹ́ bàbá Bísọ́lá bàbá Bímbọ́lá bàbá Victor bàbá Dárasími bẹ́tẹ̀ ń bèrè grandpa ò dáhùn mọ́ nínú àwọn bàbá tí ẹ yàtọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìfọkànsìn tòótọ́ ló fi tọ́jú aya àti àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ máa sinmi lọ láyé olùgbàlà rẹ̀ títí òwúrọ̀ àjíǹde sunre o olùkéde Olúbùnmi Àtàndá fún ìdílé Ọládẹwà.
Thank you very much for staying tuned right here on the 98.5 FM. Of course, it is a beauty talking about the games and of course how things are going right here for the Oluyole Warriors who went into battle right there, shaking the pillars in Kano. Of course, what they have gotten so far is quite remarkable, quite beautiful. But hey, one man actually talking here is Benga Ogumbote, the manager of the side, a technical advisor who actually admitted his players started poorly against them but held their fighting spirit. Of course, said it was quite wonderful looking at them taking the charge in this game. Yes, they came back to turn things around in the second 45 minutes, and of course, it was quite something for the man who was once in charge of Sunshine Stars, also was Rangers International amongst other clubs, and of course, he has given them a pat in the back for coming back stronger in this game. And of course, he says he was very happy with what he saw, and of course, it is going to be very, very beautiful. Yes, he said football is a mind game. As a matter of fact, let me just let you listen to Benga Ogumbote speaking right here from yesterday's game.
My name is Ogumbote Olubenga, technical advisor, Shooting Stars Sports Club. Technically, tactically, well executed game plan. How do you describe today's game? Well, I think I have to give it to Almighty God, and at the same time appreciate the players. We started poorly because there was a lot of fatigue on the players. So we left Ibadan on Saturday. We didn't get here until yesterday night. So because our vehicle had a fault, so you should expect a lot of fatigue. So we just tried to manage the game in the first 45 minutes. So in the second half, I think the boys were able to exhibit what they should have done in the first half. So how would you describe the atmosphere and your opponent? Well, I think no disrespect to Kano Pillars, good team. You see, and but you must equally know that we have been in this business, and we know that a core north side 90 to 95% of the players will be fasting. Understand? So you cannot, take it away from it that it's really affected them, and they played half strength, and unfortunately they got punished for it. So I still give it to them a good side.
How would you describe the organization of the league clearly so far this season?
So far, I think we have been experiencing a fantastic organization. We are even with
this season.
Where to finish high, the ball is played on the field, not on print. So he has the reasons to blow hot. If you look at his position, so if
he was voted man of the match by Sports Writers Association for Eastern Branch. How will you describe this?
I am not surprised. He has been a fantastic player, and he showcased this on the field of play. I think he still has a lot of cover to give it to him. Thank you very much.
Alright, Bengal Gumbota speaking right there. Of course, he was very excited about what he caught right there from Ayobami Jr. Abiodun. One man who did it against his former side. I'm talking about doing it against your Hex. He did it against Canopilas yesterday. Of course, he did it also against another Hex. I'm talking about Kwara United. And of course, it is very beautiful. Maverick, what this guy has been doing, of course, it is Mercuria. His movements right there on the pitch. You can see him right there. He is a leader. He shows that despite being called junior, he is a senior man. And of course, we talk about Baggio, one who we are blessed to have right here in the city of Ibadan, playing for the Oluyole Warriors. They will be taking charge, and of course, they will be fighting in the battle of the stars. I'm talking about Shooting Stars against Lobby Stars. First game will be set for Horse on Sunday. 5:30 p.m. under the night lights, under the bright skies. You talk about Shooting Stars, the battle of the stars. This is one battle they know how to fight in, the one they know how to win in. Of course, it is very beautiful. Looking at the time schedule for that game is 5:30 p.m. again. Don't say you haven't heard it. It's 5:30 p.m. again. I repeat, it is 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. Shooting Stars against Lobby Stars. And of course, Eugene Agapi, the manager, the technical advisor for Lobby Stars. A side who are challenging for the title at about now they're second on the log. This man, remember the last game, he said he's not scared of the Yinba. Before the game, he said he's going to beat them. He did beat them. And now he's telling Shooting Stars that he's coming here to pick points. He's going to get them in the bag and he's going to drive all the way home. But hey, Okumbata is telling us, come on, it's just mind games. When it comes to Ibadan, we go show him now. We go let her know. And so this is calling on you, every one of you out there. Please and please, let us get in the thick of the action. Share the team on to victory. It doesn't cost much. Just come out to the stadium and of course fill the stands to the brim for this huge clash. That battle of the stars right there on Sunday. And of course, it's going to be very beautiful colors. Show that you are a warrior true and true. Well, at 6:30 p.m., Nigeria, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, with a 1-0 advantage from the first leg in Abuja. They will be playing right there in Pretoria against South Africa. Bayana, Amapiano, Amapi, I know. And of course, I know that Super Falcons can get a victory, a resounding victory right there in that game. Of course, it is going to be very beautiful watching as they come out shining in their colors, getting one over the South Africans who have been going out at us for quite a while. And of course, it is very beautiful talking in this moment about the likes of Rashida Tajibade. Of course, you talk about Chiwendo Hezo. You also talk about Lose. You talk about all the other beautiful ladies who know the onions, who are right there ready to fight on the round the world drum. Of course, to get the ticket to Paris away from South Africa. So from Pretoria to Paris, P to P. That is what we want to do. And of course, we can get the job done. Remember, come on, you can do it. There is a huge responsibility. But this job is quite enormous. I love it. Talking about all these action pitches. But here we have to fly to another center where yesterday it was a resounding victory for Inter Milan. They came from behind right before my Kurokuro highs. I was trying to rest too, and then I saw the game, and Inter Milan showing people that we are not playing. No, stop playing, fam. we got the title. And of course, the huge gap between themselves and second place AC Milan ahead of the Milano Derby is quite crazy. 16 points. And of course, you look at the table in the Serie A, it's just Inter Milan leaking some gelato as they stroll all the way to the Scudetto. And of course, it is very beautiful. Talking about what these guys have in their kitty. Of course, a beautiful goals right there scored by Inter Milan as they went into battle against Udinese. Maduka Okoye, he conceded a penalty right there. And of course, that was where Akanji Anoglu got to the equalizer from the spot. He was subbed, but then we had other boys ready to fire on all cylinders. There was Alexis Sanchez who came on, and of course, Fratesi getting a fine goal in there. It was very beautiful watching the action as these guys went in battle and how they strutted their stuff right there. And of course, it is a fine build-up, I tell you, ahead of the Milano Derby that is coming up very soon. A lot of people actually excited for Inter Milan, and of course, their run to the Scudetto title. So let's talk about action. I hope you're watching out for today. And of course, after Nigeria's game, we'll be actually waiting for that one between Morocco and Zambia. Remember that at the home of Zambia, Morocco actually got a 2-1 victory. And now you talk about the Olympics tickets. One step in Nigeria, one step in Morocco. Let's see who actually gets it at the end of the day. But hey, the mother of all club competitions is coming through, and we are talking about the UEFA Champions League. Of course, the big boys are in town, and of course, it is Arsenal at the Arsenal Stadium. Okay, scratch that. The UEFA had that. Yes, I went viral yesterday for naming it the Arsenal Stadium when it should have been the Emirates Stadium. And of course, we are talking about Arsenal hosting Bayern Munich. Quite a number of fans ready to drunk in their numbers to actually support the Gunners as they go in this quest against Bayern Munich. Well, maybe this is the time they can actually get the job done. Will this be the time they actually can say we are revenging that 10-2 annihilation at the hands of Bayern Munich back then? Remember, the Gunners have been up against the Bavarians quite a number of times in the UEFA Champions League, and the Bavarians have gotten the better of them quite a number of times. And of course, that 10-2 aggregate scoreline was something humiliating for them. I will still remember it. But can Arsenal get a reverse this time around? Of course, Real Madrid in a crunch class against Manchester City. These two games are slated for 8 p.m. later on today. It is quite remarkable. It is very beautiful talking about those fixtures and how beautiful it will be talking about more fixtures to come our way right here. And of course, a lot of people eager to watch the mother of all club competitions as it returns again to our screens. Well, of course, a lot of people talking about the beautiful things that they have seen across the friend centers. It is quite remarkable what we have got right here. And so until the game at 6:30 p.m. today, please enjoy all the best that you can. Of course, have fun right there. It's a fun build-up to that game. I am Victor Open dropping the curtains. And of course, saying my BYE on the show today. Up next is Eleti Ofe.
Afternoon, sir.
Maria, where are you coming from under this hot sun?
I went for ANC and I passed through the market.
I'm glad you are taking your clinic seriously. It's very important for the baby.
Very true, sir. The vaccines I got today will help ensure I have a safe pregnancy for me and my baby.
Are you also collecting vaccine? Interesting. It's like everybody is getting vaccines nowadays, so even unborn children.
Yes, so I got vaccines for COVID and tetanus, and that will protect me and my unborn baby. Now I understand that vaccines for children are different from the ones for pregnant women, and they are all safe.
Okay, Maria, if it works for you, please do it too. Just make sure you and the baby get enough rest.
I know, Baba Landlord. As for me, I go follow who no road.
Pregnant women should get their COVID and tetanus vaccines as it protects them and their unborn babies from infection. Visit a health facility or call 7722 for more information.
Baba landlord, good afternoon, sir.
Maria,
where
are you coming from?
Ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ lẹ́ni o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí inú lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yìí tó lóko yìí Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọ gbọ́ Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọ̀lé FM Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Abẹ́ Praise ó tún ti yá ká tún jọ gbọ́ Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o.
so ọlẹ́ ṣègbàgbọ́ ẹni tí ń rojú òlé kírun àní sọ̀jẹ̀ káṣojú ń tì mí ẹni tí ń tijú òlé sọ̀jẹ̀ ẹ káàárọ̀ o akọ ayọ́rùnbọ̀ dálàyè akínyín káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yín ètò wa Ẹlẹ́tì Ọ̀fẹ́ àtúpalẹ̀ ìwé ìròyìn tí ò ní àpọ́npọ́nú tó sì kún fédè Yorùbá tó jíire ìkànnì mẹ́ta lẹ́ẹ̀tì máa gbọ́ wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà àti káàkiri àgbáyé Òkè Ògùn 96.3 Ajílété 92.1 àtolúyọ̀lé 98.5 lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà lẹ́ẹ̀mọ́ gbọ́ ọba mẹ́ẹ̀dùnmáì lóní kórìbẹ̀ o ẹ mọ̀ wípé àwa náà ló ní su àṣàgbà alágbàgún ìyálàyà alágbàgún wọn ò ní gbójú títí kó fi yan tọrẹ àfẹ́ tí ò bá jẹ gbèsè ẹni la ní ṣe ńlá ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọ̀hún èmi ni Kúnlé Fáníyì Ifeanyi TV kọ̀ǹpútà dáfọmọ́fìyà jẹ́mi adẹ́dàjẹ́ kí n lówó lọ́wọ́ kí n tó sanra àmọ́ amúlọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan àti jìjìn bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ àwọn kókó ti súyọ nínú ìwé ìròyìn láàárọ̀ yìí ìwé ìròyìn Tribune wà lọ́wọ́ mi bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ni Punch wà ń bẹ pẹ̀lú àmọ́ tí jáde àmọ́ Punch ẹ̀ jáde gbogbo àwọn kókó ọ̀hún ló ń ṣe sígbà oró mi ni wọ́n ní ká mójú àwọn bàtà bàbá tiẹ̀ ní kakẹ́tẹ́pẹ́ àwọn ẹ̀jìn kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nínú ìwé ìròyìn The Punch náà èyí tó jáde láàárọ̀ tòní kí n máa fún yín ní ògèrè rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà yìí ni ó wàá máa ṣe kọ̀lé ní kẹtẹpẹ yẹn ó wàá máa fomi là lọ́dọ̀ yín ẹ lè gbé mu jìgbúnjìgbún ẹ sì lè máa fẹnu ní rébété kókó àkọ́kọ́ tó lé fùrù gbàgbọ́ tí ò ní gbàgbọ́ ọmọ mi lọ ọ̀nà ẹ̀ ni pé àwọn ilé ìfowópamọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n ti fún ní gbèdéke oṣù 3 péré o láti fi òpin sí gbogbo àjẹ́lẹ̀ owó yẹ́ tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú pàṣípàrọ̀ owó ilẹ̀ òkèrè ní àkàtà wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ni owó náírà orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà ó tún ti gbéra sọ báyìí o okòólélẹ́gbẹ̀fà òun náà ni wọ́n ṣe délà kan báyìí 1220 naira bí ilé ìfowópamọ́ àgbà orílẹ̀-èdè tún ṣe yọ̀ǹda owó fún àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ àti àwọn olókoòwò tí wọ́n rí sí pàṣípààrọ̀ owó wọ́n gbé e kalẹ̀ ní 1101 naira ni wọ́n ṣe fún àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ẹdó kángun ó kángun síbì kan o wọ́n ní lẹ́yìn ọ̀rẹ́yìn ẹni tó jẹ́ igbákejì gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún tẹ́lẹ̀ Swipe ni wọ́n ti yọ nípò rẹ̀ tí ò bá ṣe kìí sì búra fún ẹlòmíì Ọmọbáyọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí igbákejì gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún Sultan ti ìlú Sokoto Saad Abubakar kẹta ti kéde o wọ́n ní ẹ̀wò ṣe rí ọ̀la òde yìí òun náà ni ọjọ́ ìtúnu ààwẹ̀ o tó sì bọ́ sí ọjọ́ àkọ́kọ́ oṣù Shawwal oṣù ojú ọ̀run ìjìra 1445 bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú ìròyìn míì Emefiele ní àjọ EFCC wọ́n tún fi ojú rẹ̀ balẹ̀ ẹjọ́ tí wọ́n sì ní pé kó lọ rèé najú ní àkàtà àjọ náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n tún gbé lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́ fún ìgbà kẹrin tó bá ti di ọjọ́ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n nínú oṣù tá a wà yìí bí wọ́n ṣe ní pé ọmọ ilé ẹni tí wọ́n jọ ń káwọ́ pẹ̀yìn rojọ́ kó wọ́n sì lọ rẹ̀ máa gbafẹ́ ní ọgbà ìtúnwẹ̀ ẹ̀dáṣe níbi tí ó ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ onígbó fẹ́ dágbó méjì bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ni ẹ̀sùkẹ́ ti fẹ́ máa wọ rárá mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí o nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP bí làkàdí ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin Wike àti Fubara tó tún ṣe mú kí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP kí ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ bígbà tó fà ń tọ̀ sí gbẹ̀gìrì àwọn asòfin ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojú-ṣòfin àgbà orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n ń lọ bí 100 níye náà ni wọ́n ń béèrè pé àníkẹ́ni tó jẹ́ adelé alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún Damagun wípé kó kọ̀wé fipò rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ torí pé wọ́n fi joyè àwòdì tí ó sì lè gbádìí rẹ̀ ẹ̀jìn tó bọ́ sílẹ̀ yìí àjọ EFCC àjọ amúnimọ̀dá lórí ìwà ìbàjẹ́ àti àjẹbánu wọ́n tọpasẹ̀ àwọn àsùnwọ̀n ilé ìfowópamọ́ èyí tí ń lọ bí 50 lórí ẹ̀sùn èyí tí wọ́n fi kan mínísítà tí wọ́n ní kó lọ rọ́kúnlé tó rí sí ìgbáyégbádùn ọmọnìyàn lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ní pé owó èyí tí ń lọ bí 30 bílíọ̀nù náírà ni wọ́n tún ṣe àwárí o lórí iṣẹ́ ìríjú wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sọ̀rọ̀ epo rọ̀bì lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà ó dàbí pé wọ́n ní pé wọ́n ń fi ojú winá owó èyí tí ń lọ bí tírílíọ̀nù $3 gẹ́gẹ́ bí àjẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń gorí ara wọn lórí sísan owó epo gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ jí ká máa sọ fún àwọn ìṣòwò sànbẹ̀sùn fapórọ̀ rí pé òfin ọmọ ẹni tó dá o bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ni òfin ọmọ ẹnìkan pọ̀ ń lọ́ga jù nígbà iná wọlé iṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá títẹ ikọ̀ àwọn adigunjalè nílùú Àbújá tí wọ́n sì rí àwọn nǹkan ìjà ní ọwọ́ wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wọ́n ní pé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àwọn náà ọba ilé ìtajà kan níbẹ̀ tí àwọn ọjà sì jóná gúrúgúrú àtòfọ́ra àtòfẹ̀mí ìkankan ò ní ṣe wá ń bẹ̀ ọ́ arákùnrin kan lélẹ́yìí o wọ́n dá ẹjọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n gbére fún un bó ṣe fi tìpátìkúùkù ká ẹ̀sùn òfẹ́ lára ọmọbìnrin àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ń gbélé ọmọ ọdún 10 ni wọ́n ní èyí ṣe dé ó wá ń wò yóríyórí nínú ìwé ìròyìn láàárọ̀ yìí kọ́ba ẹ̀mẹ́ẹ̀dùnràmàrè kó máa sọ wa ní ọba ẹ̀mẹ́ẹ̀dùnràmàrè nìkan náà ló mọ ibi tí ẹ̀mí ó ti pin o níbi ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ kan èyí tó wáyé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn 20 èèyàn farapa yánnayànna nígbà tí èèyàn 6 tí wọ́n jí Ọlọ́run nípè oroko kò dóko ó lọlé kò dólé ọba ẹ̀mẹ́ẹ̀dùnràmàrè ò ní jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers ìwàásù lásán òrùn lè ọwọ́ líle la fi ń kápá aṣebi iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún wọ́n ti ṣekú pa àwọn afurasí ajínigbé 2 nígbà tí ìtàkùrọ̀ gan wáyé láàrin wọn bákan náà iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n dọdẹ àwọn olè tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ò mọ̀ ju kí wọ́n máa já ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ gbà lọ àwọn tí wọ́n ń lọ bí 300 níye tó jẹ́ afurasí 303 303 ni wọ́n fojú winá òfin báyìí o bákan náà ẹjí mẹ́lẹ̀ yìí níbi ìjàmbá anákẹ́ èyí tó wáyé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n ní pé ǹjẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ wípé àwọn dúkìá èyí tí ó jẹ́ olówó iyebíye náà ni wọ́n pàdánù bẹ́ẹ̀ bákan náà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ibẹ̀ náà ni mo wà eléyìí ibẹ̀ náà ni ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ọlọ́sìn abìyẹ́ àwọn àgbẹ̀ ọlọ́sìn abìyẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti ń rọ àwọn gómìnà ní ẹkùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn gúúsù orílẹ̀‐èdè pé kí wọ́n ó kọ́ṣe ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó káwọn náà ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ oúnjẹ Èkó irú èyí tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún tí wọ́n ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kánò mo ti wà ní ojú ìwé kẹjọ ìwé ìròyìn Punch èyí tó jáde láàárọ̀ tòní níbi tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kánò tí wọ́n ti fetí pa làbá ìgbésẹ̀ àti àṣẹ ìgbìmọ̀ èyí tí ń gbọ́ awuyewuye tí wọ́n sì ní pé ẹni tí ó jẹ́ ọ̀gá àgbà àjọ tí ń gbógun ti ìwà ìbàjẹ́ àti àjẹbánu tí wọ́n ní kó lọ rọ́kúnlé wọ́n ní wọ́n ti dá padà sí ipò rẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Bayelsa ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP wọ́n jáwé olúborí ní ìjọba àbílẹ̀ 8 bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ní wọ́ọ̀dù 105 ni wọ́n ti jáwé olúborí ìpínlẹ̀ Sokoto wọ́n ní wọ́n tẹ́wọ́ gba oúnjẹ oníhóró èyí tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ tí wọ́n ń pín káàkiri láti mú ìtura bá àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà ẹ wo ẹyin tún mú eléyìí wàá dúmẹ̀ òun náà ló jẹ́ wípé wọ́n kí káàbọ̀ tí wọ́n sì ń sọ fún ó sì ń jẹ́jẹ́ wípé ẹ wò ṣẹ́rí in tó ní ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ìgbé ayé jàgídíjàgan òun ò ní lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ̀ mọ́ ọba alayé ìpínlẹ̀ Taraba ọ̀nà ni wọ́n sọ léyìí o wọ́n ní pé àwọn ajínigbé wọ́n jẹ́ ẹni tó ti fi ìgbà kan jẹ́ adíje dupò gómìnà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers gbé tí wọ́n sì ṣekú pa èèyàn méjì tó jẹ́ wọléwọ̀de rẹ̀ kọ́ba mẹ́ẹ̀dùmarè kó mọ̀ sọ wa kó mọ̀ jẹ́ káàrin àrìn fẹsẹ̀ sí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo. Mo ti wà ní ojú ìwé kẹwàá ìwé ìròyìn The Punch èyí tó jáde láàárọ̀ tòní ibẹ̀ náà ni gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún ti ń dúnkokò wípé ẹ̀ wò ṣẹ́rí agbẹjọ́rò èyí tí ń fi ẹ̀sùn kàn wípé ayédèrú ni ìwé ẹ̀rí ọ̀hún ó ní pé yóò dáa kọ́kọ́wọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ bọ́ sọ bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ yóò kọ́wọ́ bọ́ sọ ọ̀lọ́ òfin o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kó sì já mi nínú mímọ́ gbé àgbépọ́nù ròyìn tí ọ̀yẹ́ nípa òun káàkiri ẹ wò ó kò sógun mọ́ kò sọ́tẹ̀ mọ́ o láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà ní ọjọ́bọ̀ tọ́sídẹ̀ẹ́ ọ̀nà ni wọ́n rọ̀mìròyẹ̀ fún lórí àtìgúnlé ìgbésẹ̀ láti fi Olúbàdàn tilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn tuntun láti fi jẹ ọ́ wọ́n ní gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbéròyìn fasta fosto káàkiri kí wọ́n sin mẹ́ẹ̀dọ̀ ó ní ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ iná orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà níbi tó ti jẹ́ wípé wọ́n fi owó kún àwọn agbọ̀n kan wọ́n ní pé àwọn ò ṣiṣẹ́ lórí rẹ̀ wípé bílù bá dá méjì tó bá làwọn ò ṣe o táwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n dìbò fún àwọn ọmọ ní jẹ́ kí tiwọn ó gbé nítorí pé tí ó bá sáwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ìbò náà ni àwọn fẹ́ bá yàrá já àwọn ò lè lọ síbì kankan ẹ̀yìn báwọn àwo gédégbé ẹ̀yìn tún tọ́ sẹ́sẹ́sẹ́ kí n tọ́ sàṣàṣà kí n padà sínú ìwé ìròyìn Tribune èyí tí ó jáde ní àárọ̀ tòní ní ojú ìwé ọgbọ̀n ìwé ìròyìn ọ̀hún ibẹ̀ náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ ti ń jáde láti ìpínlẹ̀ Bauchi wọ́n ní pé ìjọba